So I recently just got banned from a plant-based Facebook group for correcting someone's misinformation regarding their facts on raw vegan diets. Now, I've been vegan for about 8 years and I've never really paid much attention to the raw vegan community. So I've been blissfully unaware of the plethora of misinformation and tripe that they seem to be putting out there. So I decided to join a few raw vegan Facebook groups, watch some of the YouTube content, read the comment sections, and have a little bit of a dig around in the community, conduct some reconnaissance to see what I could find. And here are a list of some of the claims that the plant-based raw community puts out. It claims that all cooked food is bad for you and completely void of nutrients. Cooked food is dead food. That's a topical one. Cooked food causes illness. Raw food does not. Cooked food is processed, and all processed food should be avoided at all costs. And a raw food diet cleanses the body. Oh. Now, please understand, I am not against a raw vegan diet. Do I think a raw vegan diet compared to a standard Western diet is healthier? Yes, absolutely. Do I think that a lot of plant-based foods have a far better nutritional profile, raw versus cooked? Yes, absolutely. But there's also a huge amount of plant-based foods that you cannot consume raw. So therefore, you're missing out on all the nutrients and health benefits that these plants can provide for you. For one example, off the top of my head, kidney beans. If you eat one, three, five raw kidney beans, or even worse, five partially cooked kidney beans, you are going to be doing your best Stretch Armstrong impression, trying to keep your ass over the toilet and your head in the sink as Niagara Falls tears through and out of you at both ends. And kidney beans are an amazing source of iron, protein, fibre, to completely cut out so many nutritious vegetables and beans, potatoes, eggplant, elderberries, rice. What would rice do to you, man? Now, not only are you missing out on all the nutrients from foods that you can't eat raw, there are so many fruits and vegetables that become even more nutritious once cooked. That's because cooking these vegetables and fruits breaks down the cell wall, meaning it's easier for your body to digest, meaning an increased nutrient absorption. For example, tomatoes. When you cook tomatoes, it increases its lycopene content. Now, lycopene is a cancer-fighting antioxidant and also has heart health benefits. Now, to increase lycopene even further, you can cook your tomatoes or other lycopene-based vegetables in extra virgin olive oil. But olive oil is processed and bad for you and fattening. Well, it's not as simple as that, but that's for another video. Lycopene is fat soluble, so to get the most out of any lycopene-based foods, you want to consume it with, or better still, cook it with some source of fat. Now, just for the sake of transparency, there are some drawbacks to cooking food. For example, with tomatoes, cooking tomatoes means a reduced vitamin C content. And here we come to the main point that I'm trying to make. Eat both. There is no advantage gained by only eating a raw vegan diet compared to a diet of both raw and cooked food. It is, however, important to note that there are a ton of vegetables, a ton of plant-based foods that do indeed lose so much of their nutritional profile when cooked. And how you cook your food is really important as well. Many micronutrients and vitamins and minerals are water soluble. So cooking those foods in a big pan of water and then pouring the water down the sink isn't a good idea because you're going to lose a lot of your nutrition. So vegetables such as that, it's better to steam them. Some foods are better raw, some are better cooked in olive oil, some are better boiled. To claim that all foods only have value if eaten one particular way and that all other methods should not only be avoided, but is actually harmful to health is madness. It's wrong, it's misleading, and it's potentially dangerous. The world of health and nutrition, and more specifically plant-based nutrition, is already such muddy waters. To further promote even more dietary restrictions based on utter nonsense and completely disregarding known, proven, measurable nutritional science is not helpful to anybody. Now, again, I am not against raw vegan diets. If done correctly, it can provide, it's an amazing nutritious diet, and especially compared to a standard Western diet or even a standard vegan plant-based diet that's high in processed and junk food and low in nutritious whole foods, which believe me, many are. What I am against and what I will stand up to and confront is lies, misinformation, blatant ignorance, and the scaremongering of people into further needless food restrictions. And I get it, I know it's really easy to fall victim to certain fads or food philosophies, because there is so much conflicting information out there. And there is no area more conflicting than the area of health and nutrition. But there are truths and principles that are backed up by plenty of scientific research. Health and longevity, it's a huge jigsaw puzzle, and diet plays a pretty important, large part of that puzzle. And it is counterproductive to focus so intensely on one way or another way, completely avoiding certain things or only consuming certain things. And this is where non-vegans will say, oh, well, vegan diet's restrictive. Yes, absolutely. Of course it's restrictive, but there's a valid moral reason behind doing so. There's no moral reason for not eating cooked food, and there's no scientific reason to avoid cooked food either. Look, if you want to eat a raw vegan diet, go for it, do it. If done correctly, it is good for you, but don't eliminate all cooked foods based on what you've heard or read about it being dead food and not good for you or even bad for you, because it just simply is not true. There's no need to avoid it. A diet consuming both raw and cooked plant-based food is more optimal than only eating one or the other. Now, if you disagree with anything that I've said in this video, drop a comment. I invite open debate and conversation about controversial topics on all topics, especially in health and nutrition and fitness. If you did like this video and you found it helpful and you want to see more content like this, leave a comment, subscribe to me. I'm off to cook some food.